Recording. Alright, welcome everyone to the IGL Season 6, question mark?
Yep.
Right?
It is Season 6, correct.
Cool. Season 6 power rankings for the best of 3 majors draft. So these Masters, I know what I'm talking about. I'm good.
Oh
at
for
everything.
2. It's all good.
It's not like I try at all. Anyways, we're just gonna jump right in with our number 16 spot being Justin Clay with this team, which evidently is his specialty.
Yeah, this is a Justin style team if I've ever seen. Yeah, venue and Tapu Fini. He loves that. Kaparaja, Porygon Z, and also likes Pythagoras a lot. Like this is a Justin style team. Except I always tell Justin, I don't know if it's the strongest core out there.
I definitely see a lack of offensive pressure. You have a couple mons like Porygon Z and Hitmonlee, obviously, but it's mostly bulk centered, which is okay. You have a pretty good Wish Passer for Fini and Rotom and Kaparaja. It just seems like it's gonna struggle a lot to break teams unless you're running offensive Lottie or Fini.
I always forget Lottie gets Wish.
Yeah, Lottie's a
I'm not
top tier
exactly
Wish
sure
passer.
about Not true. I'm not exactly sure about the Tauros. Like, he already had a normal type and he already had a base 110 speed in Latios. Not exactly sure. Like, I don't know what Tauros really brings to this team.
It's to rep
I don't know. I feel
butters.
like it's just a Tauros. I've never seen Tauros do anything.
Whoa, sleep
Yeah.
on Tauros.
I don't know. I've never seen Tauros do anything. But yeah, it's definitely very bulk centered. I also don't like Kaparaja as a steel type. Like, I just think it's a bad steel type personally. Like, I know he was sniped on Jirachi, but he also really likes Kaparaja. I don't know why. I wish it was just a little bit bulkier or something. And like, there's no real Trick Room support for it besides like PZ. And he's got Pythagoras.
Yeah.
But his team doesn't really function under Trick Room besides Pythagoras and Kaparaja. Like, Latias doesn't want to be under Trick Room. Arrow, Porygon Z, like these Pokemon don't want to be under Trick Room.
Marrow's slow. How fast is Marowak?
Marowak is like base
45.
50.
Yeah, Marowak can work
It's
under.
decent. Yeah, just give it a thick club.
Yeah.
Throw off some earthquakes.
The only thing I'm not like a big fan of is like what you said, the Kaparaja. I think if he had like another steel type, like maybe like an Empoleon, it would be better, but then it would be outshined. But like go for it, Bounty.
I definitely agree. Yeah, a better steel would just make this core way better.
Sky, you got anything to say?
Well, Kaparaja is a decent Trick Room steel type, but I don't see a Trick Room on this team. I think you could have aimed higher for a steel type, or just a fairy resist in general. But otherwise, I mean, could use some speedy mons, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, Lele kind of just goes in on this team.
Only other thing I feel like is the pivots are not incredible. We got one good pivot in Rotom Heat, and I guess PZ can run teleport.
Yeah.
It's not as good as P2 teleporting, but I guess it can run. But like, there's not much to really pivot into because there's no like Kaparaja. I guess is the best pivot into because it's the best wall breaker. I guess.
PZ is probably the best wall breaker, but like all PZ can do is run like Specs teleport and then like catch steel types and go into Rotom, which I guess is pretty good. But
yeah, I guess
you're gonna have to be switching a lot, which kind of sucks because there isn't a regenerator mon here.
If this team is going to win defensively, it's not going to win offensively. Is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, this team might cause some long matches.
Yeah.
Wow, drafting stall. That's so cringe.
Oh my god.
Oh, this isn't Cynthia. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're right.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna move on to Rival. I don't know. Rival ET. It is literally the size of a quarter on my screen. I can't read for shit.
Okay, sorry.
Why is there music in the bot thing? Because that is just.
You can
trash.
mute it,
That-
fam. Also,
Yeah,
welcome.
Nico showed up. Hi, Nico.
Yeah, I could not hear a single thing of that. Terrible. So bad. Anyways, what are we on to?
We're on Rival. We're on
We're on
second.
Rival EP.
Yes.
The Mew Thunder T core.
Um,
I
it's-
like this team. It's not the
I like
worst.
Yeah, it's not a. This isn't a bad team necessarily. Like, it's got good parts to it. I think I would have preferred to see something like bulky ground type on this team over Diggersby per se. Like, I get why you picked up Diggersby, because if you didn't have it, he'd be quite ghost weak because Mega Sharpedo is really frail. Yeah, I guess it makes sense, but I feel like I'm not a fan of Diggersby in draft, but
I really like
Web's really
the.
scary.
he's really offensive, but like that's definitely. I'm looking at the ratings right now. Speaks gave a whole 5. You guys were me. Yeah, but his defense really needs working on because
Yeah, like I
anything,
think his
anything
I
that
think
gets
his only I think his only solid wall is Fortress. Like, everything else is not really a wall necessarily.
Mew is a wall.
Mew can be a
can
wall, but you don't want to run Mew as a wall. Like, if you force Mew into being a wall, it's just
It's
like
a
then
waste
you're gonna
of
lose so
Mew.
much potential in other ways. Because Fortress is the only other Pokemon that's a wall, and Slurpuff it's a solid Wish Passer. Like, it's okay. But I don't think it's the best Wish Passer out there.
It has flaws, a lot of flaws, and you want to be running sticky webs. There's some strings you want to run on Slurpuff that Wish is just not something you can run.
Yeah, I feel like Sticky Webs look really good with this team because you have things like Diggersby. It allows Mega Shark to not necessarily have to not Mega turn one, and it can just start attacking Shandy, like a lot of things. So I don't know how much it's gonna be passing wishes.
I
What I
definitely
do like
like
about this job,
the.
he kind of deals with his fire weakness with like the flash fire thing.
Yeah,
but,
Shandy
like,
was a
it's
good
not
pick for this
really
team.
awesome, to be honest. It's just some synergize with.
Bounty, go.
I definitely like the support. Obviously, this is a super offensive team, and Webb really helps his wall breakers and Shandy and Diggersby go in. But he also has the nice old Aurora Veil on Obama Snow to help SD
Oh, I did
or
forget about
DD
that.
on Mons that want to set up, obviously.
Now,
Mhm.
I'm going to say something that will probably cause most of you to have a chain reaction. This team has 3 fire, pretty much 3-4 times weak to fire Mons, and only one thing that really can take it.
Three?
The third one.
Where's the third?
3 is Toxic Croak with Dry Skin.
Oh yeah. Why would you run Dry Skin Toxic Oak if you're running Fire Weak Mons though? It has other abilities, right?
Not really, fam.
I mean, you know which hidden power they're running.
They
Yeah,
could run Ice. I mean, Anticipation though.
Definitely
You're right.
pressures Shandy more than I feel like Shandy wants to be pressured as being able to as a switch in, because that's not really where Shandy shines. It shines more as just like it can be a great late game cleaner. There's a couple good late game cleaners on this team like Noivern, Shark, Shandy, like Rock, Diggersby.
I would like this team a lot more if Chandelure was an Arcanine. Because that's like
Yeah, I could see that.
That's an actually good.
Yeah, Arcanine would be
switching
cool on this team.
Flash Fire
Like it would give him some more defense and it would give him a better Flash Fire user.
Yeah,
Shandy
and
necessarily.
a good pivot into stuff with teleport.
Mhm.
Sky, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think that Chandelure, are because of how many ghost weaknesses there are, and lack of ghost resist. But I see why Chandelure is good here. I mean, it's great. It can be stall. It can be offensive. I don't know if it can be defensive, but it's very versatile, and personally, I like it. So.
Yeah, it
Okay.
definitely has some good parts to this team. I feel like there's just a couple flaws that you can find in it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's a solid team.
I think this team can easily make 1 to 2 trades or transactions and just be like a god tier team.
Yeah, honestly.
Hmm.
Anyone else have anything to say?
No, we can move on to the next person.
Moving on to Snipe City, Lucas.
Oh, Lucas. You and your bulky
Oh,
teams.
Lucas.
Evidently,
Yeah,
he got sniped like
Hold on,
17
hold on.
times.
Wait, before we continue, we already have 2 Hitmonlees. Who traded them on?
Jesus.
I didn't even catch that.
Okay, you guys continue. I'll see whatever is wrong.
Okay. Besides the
Okay,
Hitmonlee, everything like he doesn't have a dedicated offensive mon, like maybe Lego and Rillaboom, but then again, Rillaboom doesn't always want to run offensive. Lego wants to be like lead Spike, lead T Spike, lead Rocks, and then outside of that, his offense is like Spec Sylveon.
Yeah, honestly. The speed tiers on this team, completely horrible. Like, absolutely terrible, in my opinion. Put webs with, like, Galvantula. Then you realize, like, the big offensive threat is Rillaboom, who's mainly clicking a priority move.
Right. It's either going to be
I don't-
SD or Bandit.
Yeah, so I don't know,
Okay.
like... That's a
Wait.
Hitmonlee to, with Yumbird. No, he doesn't... Does he have Hitmonlee?
we
I
don't
don't
know.
actually know.
Wait, hold on. So it turns out Justin has a Hitmon top and not a Hitmonlee, which actually makes his team a lot
Justin
worse
wants to make
because he
his
has
team bulkier.
even less offensive pressure.
Now he's got less
Yeah.
offense.
But yeah, we can continue with
It's
Lucas.
just bulk. Okay, going back to Lucas.
This team, like... It's so bulky. It's just such a passive, bulky. Like, you got, like, the Heatran, Nihilego. Like, I get what he was going with, again, like, the Rillaboom. 2-4 times weak ground, I still don't like necessarily on one team.
He does have a few.
He's got good
ground
checks. He's got,
moves,
Claydol, Rillaboom, and Mandibuzz, which can all take ground moves.
right?
Sorry, Sky, what's up?
No, I was just saying he has formidable attackers and defenders to really block ground type moves. So Heatran and Nihilego.
Okay, I can hear
Well,
you.
they should probably be accompanied by Mandibuzz or Rillaboom or something that can absorb a ground hit really well.
What are we talking
Mhm.
about?
We're on Lucas's team, Nico, and
Lucas.
welcome back.
What I was gonna say is that he drafted webs with Galvantula and then 2 pretty good spinners. So he has options for spinners. But then he has like what, 1 breaker in Heatran, I guess. It just
Maybe.
doesn't seem like it's very useful.
I mean, even so, I feel like Heatran is not that reliable a breaker without Z moves. Heatran loves Z moves to become a good breaker, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I do miss C moves.
Like, 'cause half this team is just late game cleaners, like Nihilego, the Rillaboom, the Hitmonlee, like,
He trying to literally early breaks like stone ones, like and stuff like that.
Yeah. So this team's definitely 100% going to struggle against any sort of like stall team, maybe. I had a thought going and then I got distracted.
I don't think we'll necessarily struggle against a stall team. Like, Heatran's a good taunt user. Nihilego's got Spock Spikes.
I mean, yeah, Slowbro is one of the best setup sweepers in the game. So if it comes up on hard stall, you can just run Calm Mind that, and it won't be that big a deal.
Yeah.
But definitely lacking in offensive pressure.
Lacks a ton in offense. The only other thing I was gonna say is like his team struggles. Like, Galvantula is the only thing that oh shoot, wait, ignore me. I forgot he has a Rillaboom.
Rillaboom
Well,
is
actually uses the terrain that's ability.
Nilego and Heatran mostly. It's just for EQ stuff. He didn't draft like any grassy glide mons or but Nilego and Heatran really like the passive recovery.
I would say grassy terrain actually hurts your team more than it helps because grassy terrain doesn't stop every earth move. It's like Earthquake maybe, like a couple of them, but it's not every army. I think
Yeah, but
some
majority of these Earthquake users besides Rillaboom can all just use Earth Power instead. Like Heatran's out an Earth Power user, Claydol can run Earth Power, so not too big of a deal, honestly.
like healing other mons can be way more powerful than. It's kind of like a 50-50.
I feel
Yeah,
like
that's usually
also
right.
like a slow U-turning Rillaboom into Hitmonlee is pretty damn scary.
Yeah, obviously,
Oh
'cause
yeah,
it's got
that
that
is how
burden.
Unburdened work.
Wait, does it get spin? I
Yeah,
can't
Yeah.
remember.
all the Hitmons get
sorry.
spin.
He got
It has
2
3
spinners
spin
to
options.
choose from.
3 low tier spinners and Mandibuzz, which is good removal, honestly.
It is for
Yeah.
everyone else. What the hell? There's no need.
Y'all don't need them. But also I think Claydol can teleport now. Maybe.
Yes, Claydol can teleport.
Claydol can teleport.
So that's a thing that can happen.
That
It's
is a
only
thing.
Claydol Trick Room teleport, but that's the only thing I've seen it be really good at.
There's no real Trick Room users here.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, this team
what?
is
Spiritomb, Banded Spiritomb might go in.
Hey, Mana Spiritomb pretty clean.
Spec Spiritomb.
That's
I honestly think Spiritomb is way under tiered. I think it
Oh,
should
Spirit,
be tier
just a
4,
mini hoop for you.
if at most low tier 3, but definitely a tier 4. I don't understand why it's tier 5.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's-
we should explain why M-Board's in T5, but
yeah, you should.
Alright.
Whatever, I got it. So who cares? Let's
Yeah.
go on to Johnny.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to Johnny with Rain Team.
ooh, Rain, fun Rain.
This
About
is water bear.
Sea Bear.
That's the reason why I gave his synergy so because he has no cause at all.
It's just a Rain team.
It's
Is
exactly,
it just me, or does he have 6 water types?
Yes, 6
Um,
water
yes,
types.
yes.
Yeah.
5, 6.
Yep.
Let's have 6
Oh, sorry,
types.
7.
Ugh.
The maximum of the rain team is like 4. Like this is you're using too much. It's like a bit too much. Okay. Instead of Justin Dragon,
Sure. How good is Urshifu gonna be on Rain? I'd like to know.
it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad. Yeah,
Pretty
Urshifu
good.
Rain is going to be crazy. It's
We
going
don't
to be
have-
crazy. Like
We don't have Thorn, it's really annoying. Or something with like iron barbs.
Or a grass
Or rough.
type.
Yeah.
This team definitely has a lot of common weaknesses. Like a strong fairy user could really hurt this team. Like Ferroseed's actually very important to this team. If I look at it, like that thing.
Blue.
to be honest, this team kind of doesn't like knockoff at all. Join is AV and Pelipin is down hog. He doesn't like AV at all. He doesn't like knockoff at all.
This
Mhm.
team, except for Zapdos, if Zapdos goes down, this team hates grass types. Though Gudra does have Sap Sipper.
Yeah, Gudra is
Yeah,
fine
Gudra's
for
yeah, it's a good grass
Gudra
thing.
and Ferroseed need to stay alive to take on things that beat water types, which, isn't the greatest when both of them don't have reliable recovery.
Yeah, and there's no Witch Passer for either of them.
I mean,
Oh,
challenge
they're
is
eventually
right there,
gonna
guys.
Espeon,
I can,
Espeon does not pass wishes. No.
It's not possible.
it can.
it shouldn't, but it can.
This team is really reliant on like a couple months, like in like a six curve months, 1-1. If that dies, then he's just falling apart. I would say you need cores, you need other type ones, and you need to lower it down with the water types. Okay, you're a rain team, we get it, but you're just overdoing it now.
I feel like when you want to make a rain team, you don't want to be like fully reliant on having your rain. I feel like you want to also have way to work around without having rain. And this team looks so reliant on rain at some points.
Yeah, I can agree. If you get a random I don't know, scarf slow mon that clicks HP electric on your Pelipper turn 1, you pretty much just lose.
I mean, another thing this team is really weak to, if something sets up like Trick Room on this team, like Trick Room could be really scary for this team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speedy things on this team, especially in Swift Swim.
Definitely.
Now, my
Well,
biggest question for this team is why is there a Megapert, a Barraskewda, and a Basculin?
Honestly, I
Scissor.
feel like on rain, it's sometimes better to do Mega Scizor. Just because
I agree.
Oh yeah, Mega Scizor is definitely the preferred mega on rain teams
you don't-
now, just because you don't have to rely on rain.
have to rely on rain because you got that Mega Scizor there, which can work without rain. Like, I'm not sure. I feel like
You know,
Mega
I
Perk
don't
was a
have to
mistake.
grab
Mega Scizor in rain is just.
You can drop Basculin for sure. Basculin is just a worse virus skier.
Yeah,
It would
Basculin
al-
Yeah.
got flip turned
Bas-
off.
Basculin, I don't know why it's here. Yeah, Barraskewda just does the exact same thing, and if you're like, oh, I want
When you
to
used it
watch
this week, but like
you
virus skier
already
would have
have
done
to.
the same thing and better.
No idea where there's a Basculin there.
Yeah, 100% could have got
Other
that
things
too.
this team lacks, it's also like, as I said, this team's relying on Ferroseed. It's weak to Dragon types as well. There's no Fairy.
Yeah, Ferroseed's taking all the hits.
Bro, Ferroseed is gonna be the MVP of this team.
Yeah, big time.
Mhm.
And no, they just go HO every single week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're gonna bring
Uh,
that banded Ferroseed. Everything.
So I don't see a need for Shedinja. Just kind of sitting there.
I
Bro,
think
they
it's
gotta.
me.
He's so weak to Fairy and other decks. He just
Oh
gotta get
wait,
something that
oh yeah,
takes them all.
Wonder yeah, electric types absorb all those hits.
Shininja is there to force prep. That's literally it.
Yeah, it's just there for prep.
I think it's a infinitely better pick than Basculin on this build.
That's saying something a lot.
Yeah,
When you got a Basculin and a Barraskewda, like, why? What's the point?
there's no reason for it. Wait, isn't Basculin like the same speed tier as Barraskewda? As
not at
Oh,
all.
Basculin is way slower than Barraskewda.
as Urshifu, sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Like
Urshifu.
Actually,
Basculin.
it is
I'll look this up.
1 point faster
Base
than
98.
Urshifu. Yeah, so that's kind of dumb.
And it does the same thing. Liquidation, Superpower, Psychic Fangs, Crunch. They have the exact same moveset.
Yep.
Does Basculin get flip turn?
Does get flipped.
Yes, it gets adaptability, flip turn, and adaptability, liquidation, and that's its only redeeming factors.
And even then.
Yeah, you have better
Yeah,
mons.
honestly, I'm surprised this team is actually higher than the one before it, and than some of the other ones. Like, it's a solid rain team, but like the defense is just bad. I mean, we did just talk about a bunch of really bulky teams. Now into this team is just complete HO.
Yeah.
Decent HO, you can keep hazards off with Umbreon, you can get them up with, Ferroseed, Pert, or Kabutops. It's HO.
I
Which
think
means,
the hazard it's actually kind of weak. I think the hazards are weak on this team. Like, as I said, Ferroseed has to do everything for this team. It's so reliant on a fucking
I mean,
Ferroseed.
he did get a win, so
Yeah, he could easily win. It's rain. Like,
Yeah.
rain is really hard to prep for.
RP1.
Yeah, we're moving on now because I can hear you.
Yeah, let's.
Chip, more bulk.
Yeah. Like a fairy type would be fantastic for this team. Like even a Clefairy over Shedinja.
Drop the Basculin and get Clefairy.
There you go.
I look at this team
Sure,
and
why
I
not?
think Fini would be really good.
Gives you another wish
Another
passer, gives you rocks.
Gives you a good cleric. Like, yeah, Clefairy looks much better than Basculin.
What were you saying, Bounty, before we move on?
No, never mind. Yeah, I'm good.
Just moving on? Alright, moving on to Atland. And
Fat team.
Yeah. Fat plus Mega Guard.
What did they get third pick, by the way? Did they get Pex?
They got Toxapex, I think.
Oh yeah,
Was it Toxapex or was it Kira?
I think it was Toxapex.
No, it was Kirim. It was Kirim
Oh, it's
because
Kirim?
they were like tier 2 Kirim. That's a steal. Which
Well,
is,
so
I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is a team.
Go Nico.
All right, let's start it off. Our hazard removal is got
Kartana.
Conk, Kartana, and Moltres. Not that good.
Very good.
I hate Kartana. Like, I just don't think it's good because if you're gonna get Kartana, I wish you got another Steel type. Oh, it's just bulkier than Kartana because Kartana has no support.
True.
like
Honestly, just webs on the team too.
Ew.
So I've actually built against this team, so I know I know the insides and outside of monsters, and I would like to say that its team looks really weird. It looks so weird. But there's something, the one that just clicked with it. I don't know what it was, but it was just something. It might have been the electric way that I was saying up, but there was something about it that clicked with it. The sand hippo, I actually don't know what's doing there. It shouldn't be there. You need to get rid of it.
I mean,
you can run Hippowdon by itself. Yeah, cool.
I mean, the second you drop Hippo, your only rocker is a Diglett.
Yeah,
You were-
tier 2 rocker.
You drop Hippowdon for another rocker.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sign and chip away your whole one, but like
Yeah.
Katana,
I don't know.
I used to have the same mentality as you. Katana is actually so shit. It dies to every 5 minutes. It literally dies to Magikarp pastry fight. It dies to it. But then I realized that if you can break that one wall or break that one thing that kills it, and you can start killing things, chipping away those small ones, it actually can sweep. Like in the late game versus me, I almost lost to this Katana because of my Talonflame just died, and yeah. But
I assume they have more points. Why Diglett?
Again, force trap, I don't know. They should have got Trapinch.
I don't think
Trapinch is
Diglett's killing
infinitely
anything.
better.
Revenge can do something.
Trapinch is
Something
way
that-
better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're talking about in priority as well. Like Diglett's just, I don't know what Diglett does. It's just there's a mole.
Diglett just sits there.
He's just minding his own business.
It's trash. Diglett is just trash. I don't know why he brought it. I don't know why he brought it in our match either. He just
Also, with like things like good wall breakers, you got Conk, Gardevoir, and Kartana. There's a lack of pivots on this team. Like Heliolisk is the only one that stands out to me. I
Guard
can
gets
just bolt
teleport.
switch out.
Moltres is pretty okay.
Gardevoir gets teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gardevoir gets teleport, Moltres
Are you
can
gonna
U-turn.
waste-
I don't know
Gardevoir
half of the
teleport,
mons that
though.
get teleport. I'm gonna have teleport open on Showdown,
Yeah,
so I don't say anything stupid.
that's a good
again.
idea.
I want to say anything stupid again.
Honestly, the more I look at this team, I see very good speed tiers for his breakers for webs, and then no webs user, and
Yeah,
it just
facts.
makes me feel more and more disappointed. Like if that Heliolisk was like a
They got
Vikavolt or
outward.
something, this team would be great. Also, your
Ooh,
speed
yeah,
tiers,
that would
and because of this,
Uh,
your highest speed tier is Kartana and Heliolisk,
Yeah.
which are both 109, which is very,
Mm.
it's very not good.
it's bad.
Also, there's a big gap from 90 to 64, which is also doo-doo.
Yeah.
Jeez. Hey, why is Diglett 95 speed?
Because
Hey,
he's
man.
fast boy.
Fast.
It's a Diglett.
He's base 125.
Also, as the team stands right now, I don't see the point of Drampa at all.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm not exactly sure what Drampa brings to this team. He already got a special offensive break in Dragon. We got Kirim over there.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either.
Go against me in the final match, but since Draco wouldn't have killed me, he had a 33% chance of killing me. So I didn't. Yeah, Dragonpod needs to go. It just needs to
Yeah,
go.
because Drampa's actually really solid in Trick Room. There's no Trick Room users. Like Gardevoir's the only thing that sets up Trick Room, and you don't want to use Gardevoir as a Trick Room user.
Right.
Like a Gardevoir.
And then
Hex.
also, like, other
So-
than all the defoggers we did say earlier, Drampa does get defog.
It does.
Yeah,
Hog?
it does.
Really?
But it has base 36 speed. It's not doing much.
Um,
I would say drop Jumper for a dark type that gets for like Skuntank, and drop put a Trapping Mon, then drop Diglett for Trapping.
I don't know. Was he looking for the Sap Sipper? Because this team doesn't look too weak to grass.
I just
I don't
realized
like
it doesn't
Jumper.
have a dark type. So, like,
Ooh, I any team that doesn't have a dark type, that's just the GG if you face like a Reuniclus.
yeah, so bring out your psychic types and have fun.
The main reason why. I need to clarify this. Masters, if you do not have all your cores down, okay, I'll accept like one core. Like, if you don't have all your cores down, your synergy is not gonna be. That's why I love most of these. Like, some of these scores are low because your synergy, your cores are not there. What's going on, man? Get your cores together.
Yeah, we can afford to be a little bit meaner because it is Masters.
I don't
Yeah,
care
but
about
you
cores. I just
can-
hate how this works together. Pex is literally holding this team together. Like it's grasping at threads and just ripping everything together. Yeah, though. Yeah, I don't know what else to say besides that.
This team got some work to do. Sky, you got
Definitely got
anything to say?
No, continue.
No. Cool. Moving on to Ravens. Ow. Ow. Team go ow.
This is a fun team. As you can tell, this is a little bit top heavy.
Just a wee bit.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Just a bit.
Just their first 7 mons are kind of...
Are we on Raven now? Is lagging out.
I'd like to point out this is the first draft, the first person to draft.
First
Oh yeah,
overall.
you got Kieran Black because it's a good Pokemon, surprisingly.
Nice.
And then Mega Zam got back to him, so you know. But looking at this team, you obviously have 2 amazing wall breakers and a sweeper in Zam and Kieran Black, and then you have a really good defensive core with Gliscor, Florges, and Corviknight, and then you just have 2 other pretty good utility mons in Cinderace and Shaman, and then you have a bunch of tier 5s. But those first 7 are really good.
Honestly, it's going to be a combination of the first 7, and then, like, if he wants Spikes or T-Spikes, it's going to be Quillfish. If he wants another Wish Passer, it's going to be Kangaskhan. The other 2 are for momentum.
This team is definitely, like, it's solid. Like, first thing I note is, like, his only rocker is Gliscor. That's one thing to note.
Wait, no, rocker. Sorry.
Yeah, Quillfish can set up hazards.
Spikes
Not
and T-Spikes, specifically.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the Cinderace pick on this team, personally.
Especially even though Libero, I didn't like it.
I'd like Cinderace for the speed tier, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's good for the speed tier, but I feel like a bulky fire type on this team would just look so much better.
Yeah,
Compared to Cinderace, because I feel like Cinderace is kind of a bit of a glue to take things like ice hits, but like for things like ice hits, you got the Quillfish and the Cinderace, which I don't know. I feel like a bulky fire would just make more sense in this team.
And Incineroar would be pretty good.
Would be nice, but like I feel like his team is pretty bulky and stuff. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually bulky mons. I didn't see bulk is it would be nice, but it's not really necessary here. I would say.
3 mon core.
We got some good pivots. We got like a lot of U-turners. Got some bolt switchers going around, which definitely worked for Kieran Black. Spinners definitely. I would have rather to see a spinner with the Kieran Black, just because. Well, luckily there isn't that many hazards on this team, as I said. So,
I really like Corviknight with Kieran Black, just because it can
that's a great
defog it, and then you turn right into it with like a slow U-turn if you're running negative speed. No IVs.
Honestly, besides it being a dark type, I don't understand the Alolan.
Alolan Persian gives it a softer defense because, like, if you look at everything, game is kind of all around. Just is mostly special defensive. Gliscor is defensive, but Alolan Persian helps out with the defense stuff.
Right.
I think like
the thing.
I kind of agree what you're saying about the Alolan Persian.
Alolan Persian does one thing well, and that's parting shot into a sweeper. There's no sweepers here.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's really no setup on this team. I guess you're on Gliscor, but like Gliscor's the only rocker still, so you don't have a lot of room. I guess your last option is bulk up Corviknight.
DD allowed on DD allowed on Kieran.
No, DD is not.
No, thank God.
I would have been so happy.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at draft, Persian can defensively check a lot of more. We're trying to like passing shot into things and does.
I kind of think it's just here for a dark type.
Well, yeah, you want a dark type, obviously.
With Cinderace, and now that I'm looking at the speed tiers, they're kind of wacky because everything is base 90.
Yeah.
Ooh, this team is
And
really fast.
And then you got Florges and Corviknight and the lower speed tiers.
Yeah, Trick Room looks really good against this team.
If anything, that Persian does his dark type job well, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
That's the
definitely.
And not exactly sold on picking up Kangaskhan. I feel like the thing that Kangaskhan does best is passing wishes, which you already got Florges to do.
What
Does
about
Kangaskhan
Scrappy?
get teleport?
Up the Kangaskhan is not. There's no need for it.
Does what get teleport?
Kangaskhan.
Does it?
No.
It does actually.
It
Does?
does?
Yeah, it has a teleport.
Oh.
It has a
Can you...
really good teleport now.
Wait, hold up. Can you do a quick check to see if Wish Teleport is allowed on it?
Yes, I can.
Because if that's allowed, Kangaskhan is way more
Wait,
of a value
Kang-
pick.
Kangaskhan
No, it doesn't
can't
have
learn
teleport. It doesn't.
It doesn't learn
Kang-
teleport?
Kangaskhan does not.
Wait, what? I swear I just saw Kangaskhan.
You-
Oh,
you
I
lied
just
to me.
made
You're-
it stupid. I looked up teleport, then I just typed in Kangaskhan's name, and it's just so I assumed to learn teleport.
Gotcha. Okay.
Big
Yeah,
smart,
learning
and
a teleport.
we obviously have the smartest members here to be doing this.
Listen, it's been a rough day for a lot of us.
Correct.
Anyways, are we good on this team, or do we want to keep bashing it for a reason or two?
No,
I think we're fine.
I think that's about it.
We good? Okay. Oh, also, Mega Zam gets teleport. You won't want to use it. Moving on.
All right, we
yeah.
got the best HO team in the entire draft.
Yeah, guess who has to go against it week 1? Guess who has no idea how he's gonna do this?
I just
How
love, I just
get
love that.
this?
I just love that the lessons there has the last saving grace of getting a defensive one. Let me off the velocity.
Bro, they got best defogger, Leon.
So,
Other than that, that's their only defogger, and they have a Darm and a Thundy T. So, not that's.
I think everyone knows what's wrong with this draft. Defense. There's one.
There's
two,
no defense at all.
There are 2
You have
defensive
two-
mons.
Strictly HO.
two mons that can be pretty defensive, and both of them don't have reliable recovery. I don't think, because neither of
Yeah.
them get roost. Empoleon, I know Empoleon doesn't. I'm pretty sure Dredagon doesn't.
I mean,
Oh, I'm ready for a dollar sweep.
Oh,
if you
you're
want
right.
velocity to synthesis,
Webs on this
step
team
south,
just looks so scary. Like, oof. There's so many Pokemon that benefit from webs here, like Nidoking, Tapu Lele, Thundy. Darm is a big one, yeah.
Banded Darm is always fun. So is Mega Gallade, just being able to outspeed everything anyway.
I really like there's a Darkrai and a Nidoking, just because, like, what I say about Darkrai is it struggles to break the really bulky fairies. It's got Sludge Bomb, but really, like, things like Sylveon tanks it. But Nidoking's a great thing to just wall break those fairy types.
You're
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
I would suggest you get something that maybe can put something to sleep. You can take Darkrai's ability.
Blossom.
The loss.
Blossom's
Yeah,
there.
it's got
Blossom.
Sleep Powder.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
don't look at that Hypnosis.
Alright,
No,
let's not get too
No,
heat
no,
here.
it doesn't. But yeah, when I drafted Darkrai, I got Breloom. If you got like a Moongus, if you had enough points for a Moongus, I probably would have got it on this team as just a
That'd
pivot
give him
and
a-
a Spore Mod.
That'd be his best wall.
I love the fight. I love the fighting. I love the fighting psychic Dark Horn. You know, it's actually so amazing. Even though it's very frail, it's just very offensively amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is such a good HO team. Like, this team is just meant for wall breaking.
So Psychic Terrain Gallade, under
That's so
webs,
scary.
kind of
That's
just
just
wins.
ridiculous.
Pretty much every matchup. which is nice.
But I want to see max HP, max speed, max special attack, expanded force guide. Make it happen.
Please
Make it
don't.
happen.
That
Please
is
don't.
Play. It is
Um,
your best wish passer.
Another thing about this team, right quick, is that it's very weak to priority outside of Lele, which saves it immensely, because any bit of chip on this team, Linoon
I
could
think
take
the biggest
advantage
thing
of this.
for this team is like spikes. If someone sets spikes on this team, I feel like it's gonna struggle
Oh,
immensely.
you're
Like,
right.
like a
I think-
spike
I
stack
think
can be
any
really hurt.
passer, like even Rocks is pretty sucky for this team. Like look at your defoggers. You got
Fox plus
Empoleon,
spikes
which-
just destroy it.
Empoleon's really good. Thundy 2 never wants to run it, and Archeops never wants to run it.
Any
So
type
it
of passes on
really
this. If you
is
set
kind
if you set webs on-
Yeah,
You said
Empoleon's
web-
gonna run defog every week.
Has to. Stuff works. If you set webs on this side of the field, he's kind of in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, no spinner kind of sucks.
The orbital line should get rapid spin. Hot
That
take.
is true. The bug better get
should get rapid spin.
in
What are you doing?
ultra sword.
Ultra Sword and... No, it's going to be Pokemon Gun.
Pokemon
You're
Unite
right.
though.
I lied.
Rip off League of Legends.
Well,
That
it's not
doesn't
rip
look-
off.
It doesn't look bad. We're getting off topic. We are going to talk about that in another
Okay,
video. Says someone who's not going to do
To
that.
reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Yeah, I love Blossom on this team though. Not really.
Bro, Blossom, that's the best setup threat on this team.
Dude, I'm half
Blossom kill leader.
I
I'm
wanna
half
see it.
tempted to believe that he got Blossom just for a certain Sun team that may or may not be facing it soon.
Interesting.
But
Yeah, well that's it. I think.
I want to see max defense by loss on the Jab Zap. That was special defense, offensive monster. I'm not even joking. Actually does. Anyways, yeah, what would you guys do to improve this draft?
get a wall.
Let's get a wish
Um,
passer on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, wish passer would be nice.
Slurpuff.
No, not even a wish passer. What are you passing to? Just Empoleon?
Your Empoleon and your Dredagon, you good them.
I mean, you
Yeah,
pass to
I would.
you pass to Darm and get its health back from all those Flare Blitz.
I'd like to just see another remover. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, a spinner would be good. That's a-
100%.
Okay, we can.
I
Move
think
on.
one thing to note. I think did Lucas drop Komala? I feel like someone dropped Komala. Wait, that might be best to one. I don't know.
That's probably
No.
the best one.
No, not Kamala.
So we're gonna
Okay,
move on
let's-
to
Move
our
on
next
the wagon.
person. We're going on
This
a wagon
team-
ride.
I like this team a lot.
I do like it a lot.
Hmm.
I just like the Mons on it. I don't know if the goes together, but I hate facing Grouchy, so I want it. Mega Diancie just looks
fair.
cool. And then there's
Um,
Oregon too.
So this team is it's decently weak to knock off. Like Girder doesn't want to lose its Eviolite, and you got Jirachi, you got the P2 losing its Eviolite.
Delma is taking super effective.
Dolma,
from
yeah.
I mean, you have a
I guess-
fairy type that can get knocked, but okay.
Then you got Mega Diancie. That's the one thing that can take knockoffs.
Yeah, you have a Diancie which loves knocks.
Yeah, it's so good.
Honestly, I like T spikes, because this is a fairly bulky team with P2 Incineroar. Nidoqueen is
P2.
definitely a really good pick for this.
I don't see the point of Glaceon. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey,
It's a
that's best
tier five-
evolution though.
I mean,
Tier 5, that's-
no.
It's great.
130 Spatak. That's pretty strong.
Base 60 speed.
Whoa! It's 65.
Oh,
but
I'm so sorry.
Oh, this man.
just
What are we
from
talking about?
Glaceon.
Talking about wagon.
Glaceon being a decent tier 5.
It actually is, you know, it does damage. With specs.
Another cool thing that I like to note is you got like Trick Room on P2 with things like Delmise, which is pretty cool. Delmise could be a really good breaker, especially with Poltergeist now.
Oh god.
Or Glaceon.
Or Glaceon. See, Glaceon useful.
Another thing about this team is it is really gonna like those new pair of boots that they got.
Oh yes.
Definitely.
With-
Princeton and Dragonite are gonna love it.
Yeah.
And the Glaceon.
No, Glaceon runs specs every time. What are you talking about?
Bro, I know.
Sash
defensively,
Miracle right
Glaceon
there.
has base 130 defense.
How specs
No,
Glaceon
it-
versus Falcon?
Glaceon has
110,
1 attack.
110 defense. My bad.
Yeah, there you go.
I
How
do like the
spec-
girder pick on this.
They actually just want
Very cool.
What's up, Nico?
How specs Glaceon versus Falcon? It basically one shots. Glaceon is amazing with
yeah.
specs.
It's as strong as Kyurem, but you know, it is shit. That's its only problem. It's bad. The only problem with the Glaceon is that it's bad, which kind of sucks. But
The only problem with Glaceon is it learns 2 moves: Freeze Dry and Shadow Ball.
whoa,
And that's
whoa,
me.
whoa. That's a good Saber voice.
I mean, it's a
But-
pretty.
Before we all get distracted, I like this team a lot, but I feel like a strong priority user is just gonna kind of fuck it.
I don't know.
The other thing, thing is like Edgequake versus this team looks very solid. Like the first 4 are just so weak to Earthquake in one.
That's why I gave it such bad synergy. Earthquake, absolutely.
Like Delmai's become so essential to be your Edgequake taker. And,
What?
yeah, that's bad. Like
Girder could probably take an earthquake.
33 months.
Sure could take an Earthquake definitely, but
Literally,
E2,
Mammoth
honestly.
Fine is Mammoth Fine just runs for your team. If a Mammoth Fine, if you face Mammoth Fine E CG, just forfeit the match. Like,
no, I'm just
literally,
saying like
I don't even think that's
if
true. Outspeed with Jirachi, and then you have Inteleon, which outspeeds and kills. I'm pretty sure Diamond's.
obviously,
yeah, but if let's say you're in with something that's about to get wall breakdown, like a stronger, like a fast Earthquake user.
Yeah, I know. Like
Dragonite can take an earthquake.
Oh, you right.
you can, yeah.
that's it. And like 2 other resistances, that's about it. Else will take an earthquake after there's one to chip down off the rocks or something.
This team is
I really like the pivots. That this
the pivots
team
are great on this team.
You have
Yeah,
literally
you got that
every
teleport on the
option.
P2.
You got teleport, volt switch, parting shot, U-turn. Too bad you don't have the best pivot option, explosion, unless something
No flip turn.
I found out
What about the flip turn though? Where's the flip turn at?
is dumb and stupid.
Doesn't
Explosion
Explosion flip turn?
I don't
no,
think so,
it-
no.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Mega Diancie can explode actually.
It can.
Can it Misty explode though?
I mean,
No,
probably
Oh,
soon.
Damn.
no, can't.
Why does
can't
it
miss
look
the
like
explode.
Dragonite's about to combust? Like, I think he should get explosion.
Yeah, I think Dragonite's actually going to be is going to be the most important part of this team. I feel like the setup isn't incredible on this team as well. I feel like Dragonite's a great setup user. That's the one. I can really set up.
Raiku's also pretty good.
Carmine
I
uses
can set up.
you set pretty well. Yeah, that's Carmine uses a deep.
But I'm not exactly sure how much he's going to run want to run setup on Raikou, just because I feel like Volt Switch on Raikou, it's almost his only Volt Switch user, and I feel like the Volt Switch on that thing looks very good with this team. Even into like some of the wall breakers like Nido Queen.
Yeah, Wagon, here's a chip when you're using run. I'll say is almost every time essential. It actually is.
What?
And we got the good Wish Patcher and Jirachi.
Jirachi gets wish.
Jirachi's a good Wish Patcher.
Does. Jirachi gets
Actually,
wish.
definitely.
Glaceon gets wish.
Normal Diancie. Am I just
No.
stupid?
I mean,
Jirachi.
yes, but no.
I think you're. I didn't know a lot of us got Wish before this.
You're sleeping on it.
Also, your hazard removal is really not good. It's
Really
Before-
not good.
yeah, it's
Yes.
really not the best because before Diancie Mega Evolves, it doesn't have Magic Bounce.
I can never consider Diancie something people are like, oh, they got Diancie to stop hazards. Your majority of hazard users are ground and steel types.
Yeah.
Make one mispredict and it's gone.
And then, like, you got Girder there for defog. You got Delmise there for rapid spin. Outside of that, it's really just Dragonite with defog. And you're not going to want that.
Exactly. I feel like heavy duty boost is very important on this.
I like spin on Delma. And also, Diancie doesn't wish. You're lying to yourself and others.
Diancie
Yeah.
learns Wish.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't. Diancie does not learn wish.
Who said Diancie learns wish?
I thought that's what you just said.
I know for a fact Diancie doesn't learn wish. There's no way. It does learn
Hachi-
wishes in recent
I
edition.
mean-
It does not learn wish.
with that base 50 HP anyways.
You're right.
Someone must have just come out with Jirachi, like Diancie or something. I don't know.
They're both those pixie thing. What is that breed of legendary called?
I don't
Base
know.
100 and
That's
mythical.
why
Mythical.
I should do more Pokemon stuff.
It's mythical. All right, we good to move on
Yep, to
Yeah.
Dudist.
to the dude. The dude abides. Ow.
Shout out to Dudist, by the way.
Shut up.
Honestly, it's just this is just a balanced team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be
Um,
maybe one or two designated breakers. Probably gonna be Serp and Medi.
Another team that's looking kind of top heavy over here. Not even you got those last four.
I
Eh.
mean, Banded Frostlass is being popular right now.
I mean, it's got triple axle now.
In Poltergeist.
No.
I would have liked to see a fire type on this team because
Yeah.
another team that looks like Arcanine would benefit from a ton because you already got Intimidate on things like Crocodile. Arcanine gives teleport into Mega Medicham. Hey,
Actually,
Arcanine,
You got a fire type if you Ditto onto a fire type.
yeah, I
Right.
guess.
reliable fire type. I really like this team. It's Mega Medi Shaman Superior favorite. And also, think about a Mega Medi type more. It's either Saga type or some other next type. And Banded Sizzle, nothing nice to take that as a U-turn. This team, what actually checks this team? That's what I want him to know.
Any flying type that outspeeds Serp.
Yes.
Like
Funny.
Torrenty.
Torrenty,
What
fact.
team? Check this team.
no, these
Also,
doo doo.
The rocks on this team bad. Like Kecleon, I don't think Kecleon's coming to a game, and that just leaves you with Crocodile.
All the
Crocodile's a
hazards.
good rocker. Like you got Frostlass.
Kekleon's a pretty good one. Kekleon's coming. I'm not really sure Kekleon's.
No.
The defogger here is and that's your only removal, which kind of sucks, if you need webs up for Mega Med.
You got Scizor and Superior.
Yeah.
Oh, Superior defog.
Rabombi also does too.
And honestly, this team really relies on, as I said, without having a fire type, this team relies on Milotic because it's extremely weak to fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is not needed by my net?
Yeah, well, Milotic's a good fire check, but the team could get a little bit of room by a Rotom Heat.
Does
Or just
Double
a
get
team-
fluffy?
Accidentally
Double
ruined
get
games drafted. Double is fluffy body press. That's all it is.
So it does get fluffy, alright.
yeah.
Yeah,
I believe fluffy makes it weaker. It makes it weaker to fire moves.
it does. I was gonna say, with that being there, it's gonna be even weaker to fire if you choose to go that route. Who's contacting me?
Double is not really doing it. More needs to go.
Double usually run bulletproof though.
Does it?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I mean,
Like
it
sludge-
doesn't want to
None
get
of
shot.
this looks really good. Webs with Mega Medi is awesome.
The website is really.
He got a really good web setter, but then nothing else that helps with it. You don't have a spinner. You don't have I don't know. I just really hate the hazards on this team. You got
It's not.
two suicide lead, and then an offensive rocker, and then a really low tier rocker.
Yeah, I feel like this team is also quite weak to Fairy. Scizor is the only switch into Fairy. There's a lot of just one Pokemon checks to every type on this team.
I don't understand why you guys rated his synergy so high. He doesn't. Calls are missing a lot. This was one of the teams I was just so confused about. Where is your Fire Water Grass core? Where is your Steel Fairy Dragon core? What's going on here?
Honestly, I think cores you don't need them.
They're
but,
not
the
essential.
synergy is just bad. I think everyone just looked at Webb's Mega Medi and they were like, "Wow, that's a good draft."
I feel like I looked more to offensive synergy on this team compared to the defensive synergy.
Sorry, I don't. Cores can make or break a team.
It's
The
nice to
defense,
your cores. I don't think they're essential, but
the defensive synergy is that Milotic can take fire hits for Scizor, and that's about
And
it.
Serp.
Yep.
I mean, he has the
Is
snake
Serp
core.
going to be run defensive?
very weak to flying as well. Very weak to Fairy. Very weak to fire. Very weak to every type.
Very good stuff.
Ditto can be a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Someone predicts a Ditto goes into a let's see, they have Dottler or something. You go into a dollar, they got.
Dollar.
I mean, then they got dollar sweep up and ready. But
That's
if
right.
someone predicts you going into Ditto, I mean, your whole Ditto strat's kind of done there.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to say about Ditto is, you can like don't think that setup is not gonna come most of the time, but some people will actually run setup even if there's Ditto coming. So I would say still prep for setup, but even if you have a Ditto. I used to think if you have Ditto, then was bring the setup, but some people actually still bring Ditto setup, and it just ruins you.
Sometimes people bring setup purposely to bait Ditto in and still have Ditto not be able to hit them, like in bulk up acrobatics, torn eye, or or Heatran with hidden power ground instead of earth power to hit, so it can't hit it. I've done that.
One thing you need to know about Ditto is it's not an unaware mon. It's not setup, but it's not an unaware mon.
Right. That's a good way to put it. I like that, actually.
I'm a bigger fan of unaware mons as setup counters compared to Ditto because because Ditto can get chipped fast because it has low HP.
Right.
Ditto on this team really just forces a bit of prep. That's about it. I don't see it like being really pivotal, especially because you're going to be copying things with drop speed from webs sometimes, which, you know, means their levitate mon can outspeed you.
Right.
Another team that I think is gonna lose to Spike Stack.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Anyone have anything else to say on this team before we move on?
No.
Because I got
that's
one
about
thing.
it.
I got one thing.
One thing.
Just one thing. Crocodile's head looks like a penis. Moving on.
Whoa, we're family friendly here.
We are not, sir.
Family friendly. What are you
Sex
doing?
doesn't exist, guys.
I mean, Spooks is here, so we could try, but
Whoa.
Anyways, moving on to this really
Anyway,
good and undoubtedly the best team ever here.
I just want to say a few things, then I have to head out for a few minutes.
All right.
Okay.
I think you need a lot more bulk. I think this team is a hit or miss. You set up, you sweep. One thing goes wrong, you go down. Yeah, just more bulk in general.
I really like your speed tiers. One thing I don't understand is why Mega Charizard literally is not meant to be here. You literally just drop to the Leafeon so it does something, but Mega Charizard is not something that really works with this team.
I mean, he's got removal though. Like you got like Starmie, Donphan, and Klefki, which all can remove well for it, plus webs. I feel like the thing about Mega Zard is I feel like the thing Zero Aura mainly struggles with is really bulky grass types, and Zard just breaks those.
Yeah, I honestly like Zard. I was sitting here thinking, like, you know, this isn't a Sun team, but then I remembered, like, you know, Zard doesn't need to run for a Sun team. It can just run, you know,
It could just
Fire
be a
Blast Breaker.
It's really powerful.
Having two water types is pretty weird, but these two are pair really well with it. Because Starmie with spin and webs on the Araquanid.
Like you have
Also,
a
I feel like
goes right there.
Y'all have the worst timing for speaking over each other
Yes,
that
we
I've
do.
ever seen. Nico, go first. Bounty, go first.
I was kind of done, but
Burrger, go first.
yeah.
Fuck. All right, let me carry for it. All right. Oh, we got Unrocker and Donphan. Okay, it's fine, I guess. Like, cause Donphan's not gonna be as pressured to run spin because we got Starmie as there, as well as another spinner. Speed tiers are actually, I actually really like these speed tiers. Like you go from Zero Aura down to Starmie, Gengar, then to Megazard Y, and then it just falls slowly down to like the slower things like Araquanid and Donphan. That's pretty solid. Your only real setup is in, I guess, Leafeon and Haxorus are your good setup sweepers. I love Haxorus. It's actually one of my favorite mons ever.
Haxorus is pretty good, yeah.
It's a complete PogChamp mon.
Very PogChamp.
Webs on this one, like webs with Pangoro. Oof, Pangoro's a monster wall breaker.
I don't get I don't get Vullaby here, honestly. Vullaby's usually there as like a budget dark
Dark
type.
type, budget U-turner, blind.
But like you already have Pangoro who can already be a dark type that can pivot. And what does Vullaby really do for you? It gives you a rooster, gives you another defogger. But it's not that good at a defogger because it needs to run Eviolite instead of boots. Which kind of sucks. Just a little bit though.
Just a wee bit. Silas, you want
Just
to
a
say
bit.
anything?
So,
How you doing? We're on.
Thank you.
We're on Wolfman right now. If you want to
I
try.
think-
give me 1 second.
My turn got skipped, so can I just go real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back to the point where I said Mega Charizard does break grass types, but like you have a Gengar right there and a Arachnid which does amazingly good damage. So I don't really see. I still don't see the reason, right? There's probably like a better Mega out there for you. If there isn't, then yeah, I guess Mega Charizard's there. But like yeah. And yeah, I don't know why Volbeat's on the team there. So Volbeat's there for a budget dark type. It shouldn't be here at all. But yeah, that's fine.
I
Epic.
feel like you could have potentially went with Volbeat just for another ghost resist, because otherwise Pangoro is the only one. It could definitely struggle with some ghost types because there's a normal type on this team.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Honestly,
arguably,
Licky
like a
might
drag
be the pickup.
I don't believe there's a Wish Passer on this team. If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. I'm not dumb this time, right?
Does Darmy get it?
Licky though.
There's
Oh,
no Licky on this
Wi-
team.
Wish Passer is Leafeon, but yeah,
Oh, right.
I would like Licky as a normal Wish Passer.
I would have liked Licky on this team just because that's a good sun counter. Cause it's got Cloud 9.
True.
I guess so too. Yeah.
He can't
Yeah,
run
that's it.
So like, bro, Licky, it's got the best pivot move in the game, Explosion.
That
even
is
one
true.
Cloud9. Got one Cloud9 and Wish together. It's not the best. Then if they change it Gen 6, like if you wanted to run Cloud9, you have to run like Chester Vester, which is but like it's not.
Yeah, Wish is an old move. It doesn't have that well compatibility. I think
Yeah.
that's why.
Rip.
Does anyone have anything else to say before I speak about my team?
No,
No.
justify.
Okay.
Aaron is a
Mistakes.
great mon for this team, just putting that out there.
Thank you, Sky. And welcome back. So, story time. When the
Yay.
draft was going on, they told me it would start at a certain time, and then they moved it up 2 hours, so I was busy. So literally, I had to
Very-
pick up scraps. And I picked my first, I'd make up 6 picks off the bat. So I looked through the tiers and saw, oh, Mega Charizard's there. It gets this new Scorching Sands move. Let's go with Mega Charizard and see how we do. And then everything else was just, I haven't used this in a while. I've never used this. I like Arachnid. Oh, now I need some hazard removal, so Starmie. And, I was looking my team's pretty weak to everything. Let's pick up a Volbeat, because that can take any 2 hits and roost up. And then everything else pretty much was completely different, and then I made trades. And I picked up Gengar because nothing... this team is a hyper-offensive team, maybe... But I really like Klefki here as well, because outside of just screens, it can set up spikes and a whole bunch of other things. So, this team is solid, but I do agree that if I make a bad move, it's downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Some of your picks make sense now.
Yeah, so, I had to make up picks a lot.
You wouldn't get it's a hyper offensive just by the look of it. Like Donphan and Klefki, Arachnid's kind of old defensive-ish.
I do actually really like Klefki on this team though. Spikes with some of these Pokemon, a lot of these Pokemon like a little bit of ship just so they can just late game clean.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So pretty much, my first 3 picks in my mind was Charizard, Haxorus, and Zeraora, just because they get new toys to play with. And I got some toys.
biased when it comes to Charizard because I think that anything that gets rock me will literally just kill it. I'm kind of biased when it comes to Charizard, but must be a team. But like one thing I'd like to say is loads of grass types get like benefit from sun, so you have to be like looking out for that.
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
that maybe another fire type just to benefit off of the drought, or another grass type besides Leafeon. Otherwise, yeah, I do like it.
Yee.
Yee.
Are we good to move on? Anyone have any last points?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
good. I like it. You did good with what you had.
Thank you.
Banded Zero Aura can one-shot things. Alright.
One shot. Yeah, I hope so.
Moving on to Blazeman.
Ooh, I love
Yeah.
this team. This team is actually really fire.
Solid.
What you do is love the HP games he plays.
Yeah.
This team is
I
actually
decided on
This
HP
is
Fairy
crazy.
for that
Not
Hydreigon.
draft
HP
Mega
very
Wall.
Can you please go? Can we have the turn system going again? That was actually funny.
Nico, you're first because you're the coolest.
Ouch.
I pride that I don't have. Go, Nico.
I love Megalophony. I love my fire types. It's just you already have me there. But I also like the HP games you play. Like when you're building, do I want HP Rock? Do I want HP Fire? Even though most people are gonna be wanting HP Fire because Fire is like defensively. So I really like that. Let me look at your speed tier. I like your speed tiers a lot. Because base 100s need to run Jolly, base 110s need to run Jolly. Yeah, base 115s would need to run Jolly, and it kind of works well with Megalophony. Is really, you have webs, which is nice, and I like that. One thing about Arachnid is it can actually take hits; it just doesn't do damage back.
Ariados.
Ariados?
This is the epitome of a balance team right here. Like, it's not stall, it's not HO, it's just balance. You got some wall breakers, you got some setup, you got some scarfers, you got some like rockers. Yeah, it's just like an overall solid team. I'm personally not a fan of balance teams in general, which is probably my only issue with this. I just don't like balance, but I think it's otherwise a really solid team.
Well said.
I like it. I'm happy I'm not going up against it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
It also, I mean, it has 3 quad weak mons. You have to pick which hidden power you want to use against it, or you can run
as hard just because there's
triple
no such
hidden
thing
power
as
mon.
HP Fairy.
Hidden Power Fairy is my favorite move.
Oh, beef. The power fairy is my lead.
It's like
There's
it's scary enough to see Megalopony across the field, but like he really surrounded it well.
Yeah, Lop can
I
just
personally
use
don't
her.
like Ariados there though, because if you're gonna like choose a Weber, and I'm not sure this team 100% does like the best on the webs, like any team does, but you know, a better Weber, I guess.
I really like.
I don't know how much this team.
Bounty,
Yeah.
go.
I like how Lop can U-turn into their setup threats. Hydreigon Nasty Plotting, and then obviously Quiver Dance.
This thing learns nasty
Volcarona.
plot.
What?
I forgot the thing learned nasty plot.
Yeah, Hydreigon gets Nasty Plot. If you've been on the ladder recently, you know that. And as well as
how do you do
having
this?
a
I'm
good
just-
screen option and Rotom fan.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like there's definitely no like I don't see any real glaring issues. Maybe like outside of like I don't like the removal that much. I don't think Mr. Rhyme's good.
True.
And Rotom Fan, I guess Rotom Fan's gonna be the reliable defogger here. So I feel like this team once again, like other teams, there might be a couple boots users like Volcarona, Mr. Rhyme, Rotom Fan.
Volcarona. One is definitely running both. Heavy DBs was the base main topic to Volcarona.
I think Volcarona benefits from Z moves even more though.
It definitely does, but heavy DBs.
That's a hot take right there.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times the walls that Volcarona are for Volcarona is like they take one hit, they expect to take another, but when you drop the Z and then they're dead, and you lose your check.
I really
That's
like
kind of off topic.
It's a really good. boots in Gen 8, they're pretty neat, to be honest. They're pretty neat.
Another thing I do like about this team, like I like that they drafted Lycanroc on this team just because Accelerock's one of the biggest problems for Volcarona, and you take off one of the users of it.
That is
One
true.
of the 2 users of it.
One of the 2 users of that that and
Someone might have the other one.
I think this is just a solid balance team.
The one
So-
thing I have to say about this team is I actually really love the Gardevoir pick now because it is like
Gardevoir.
the ultimate support pick. It has Wish, it has Teleport, it has Trick Room. All I'm thinking is he's
Gardevoir
going
is
to
amazing.
teleport directly into Mega Lop and claim a kill.
Like Thunder Wave, I know. Like Gardevoir is actually incredible.
Thing I'd like to say is in your match, I think one power punch. 'Cause if you one power punch there, I'm pretty sure you won. Yeah, if you one power punch there, you could have sweat to live on you. Free
Right.
tips.
Anyone have
Right.
anything else to say? Awesome. We're gonna move on to a loser right now.
Bro, look at this. Who is this?
Dragons?
Who is this?
Oh,
One.
right. Loser number 2.
Uh,
Loser
So,
number 2.
if you watched the last video, which you better, if you didn't, I'm gonna be real mad. You know that in my other draft, I drafted a very strong dark type and then a very strong steel type. I did that again.
Did.
And that's the idea here. Pretty much everything else is just support for those 2 mons. Tornty is a great pivot. I have 2 very good Trick Room options in Rune and Slowbro. And then I have webs for Koopa if I want it, and then spin on Cryogonal. And then the other things are kind of just there, since, you know.
I gotta say, this might be the best last place draft I've seen.
Last draft spot.
Like it's a
Yeah,
nutty
I really-
regenerator core plus like yeah, it's actually a really solid team. Like it works under Trick Room. Like I feel like this team works under Trick Room really well. Because you got like the slow things like Mega Mawile, you got Emboar under Trick Room, you got Vikavolt under Trick Room, you got Hoopa. You can even work under Trick Room. That thing's not that fast.
I'm
really
I'm
scary.
room service, definitely.
Room service.
Hoopa also can run Trick Room, so that's a threat.
I love Hoopa U. Hoopa U is just my favorite wall breaker of all time.
I always want to try
Right.
it.
You just click buttons with it.
But U-turn really just is a bit of a U-turn, like trend, like yeah, with like Tangrowth, Slither, and people. Yeah, U-turn kind of just.
So the Pokemon I would have personally loved to see on this team was Druddigon, just because I feel like Mega Mawile and Hoopa, you
Ooh.
like to have rough skin users on your team.
Funny
Stop
that
you
you
from
said
it.
that, because I got sniped of Druddigon.
Funny.
Very sad.
Big sad.
Yeah, Druddigon would have been really good on this team.
That's part of the
It would have
reason I
given you
got.
another rocker beside.
You should have gotten a dragon. That's what I was about to say. Dragon. You know.
What do
But I
I
don't
need a
think this
dragon
team
for?
definitely-
What do I not?
I don't
resist?
think. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I think you pretty much cover everything. Like
Also-
Druddigon, the thing it would take to resist is like fire, electric, and then you got the Tangrowth Slowbro to take both of those. Like,
Yeah, Druddigon is definitely the play. I got Haunter instead because it's 4 times.
Yeah, they totally do the same
resisting U-turn. But I think Torn is just a fine as a
as a
as a
user, because
U-turn sponge.
it can
because,
run
you know,
Rocky Helmet. Like I know Torn in Gen
outspeeds
7 ran
everything.
Rocky Helmet all the time just to check Kartana.
Yeah, it's gonna be running
Um,
boots a
yeah.
lot more.
I like the pivot on this team. Like you got the regenerator pivots. You got teleport on Slowbro, U-turn on Torn, turn on Chinchino,
Volt
um,
on Vikavolt.
switch on Bikeable. Like solid team.
I can't wait to
Very
watch Chinchino, Absolute, Big Daddy Dong, the rest of the Pokemon in this league. That's all I gotta say.
I
Better
know.
run
I'm
King's Rock every week.
Technician, King of Rock, triple axle is gonna go in.
Dude, I'm
Jeez.
already crying hearing that. I don't need to hear that now.
This,
Don't worry, you'll
all I have
hear
to say is I'm so glad I'm not in Masters.
Not yet.
No,
yeah.
I'm never gonna be there this week.
That's
Actually,
a
you never
little
know.
sad.
have the confidence.
I mean,
You have a bit of a
I
fight.
went,
You kind
I
of
went, I went 2-7. One of them being a forfeit.
Yeah, you're
So-
fine.
Yeah, whatever. You'll get there.
My biggest concern about this team is your removal. Because it's really just down to Torn and Cryogonal. Nothing else gets it.
And they are both weak to rocks.
Yes,
diagonal.
boots is a good item
Yeah,
for
big
like the
time.
90th time. I see like what 5 mons that I could see myself running boots on this team. But
Yeah, this
just
team got way
because-
too many options.
Yeah,
Only other thing I would have liked to see was Spiker. You don't have a Spiker on this team, which I feel like Hoopa, you could definitely like a Spiker. But Sashes for some of your things.
yeah, that's true.
All the team.
I'm definitely forced to run Torn T more defensively,
Yeah.
just because
Mhm.
of stuff.
You can afford to do it because
Yeah.
you have 2 other regenerator pivots with.
Yeah.
Regenerator core disgusting. You did this last season. Stop it. Stop.
Wait, did I? What did I get last season? That was
I
a
thought that was
regenerator
Omega
core?
that did that last season. He just got like 7
Omega,
regenerator months.
Omega got like 6 regenerator mons.
Lola Merlin. It was really annoying.
Wait, just a Lola Mola? That's
Base
my
one
And
re-
Alpha
regen
Mola is its
core.
own core. That thing is its own core.
You right.
This one something with regenerator. That's broken regeneration nonsense.
the only mon that I got that had regenerator, but now I got 3.
20.
And
You-
triple.
You had a Lola Merlin and 20 again.
Did-
Yeah.
I don't remember. We good to move on, or does anyone have anything else to say?
I got nothing else.
We good.
Good. Just watch out for that Giga Chad Chinchino.
You better.
So this was a loser number 2. We're gonna move on to loser number 1. In Dragon.
Ooh, HO.
Wait.
Ooh, Coco plus Melmetal plus Mega Blastoise. Can we not?
Ooh, yeah.
This
Let's
team-
add an Alolan Raichu on top of that, which now has rising voltage. Ooh, what about an X-Splat? Imagine if this, and then okay, let's go get Shuckle with Sticky Webs as well.
This team has the best suicide lead in the game in Spike's Delibird.
You right.
Just like to
And
put
it's
that
got
out
a-
there.
Bro, we got the Pog Delibird. Delibird, bro, he about to come out here, handed, gonna one-shot some stuff. Let's set this to run on the ladder, actually. I think it runs Bandit Triple Axle.
Oh god.
Oh, I
run-
want to see that.
Oh no. I mean, I think. Never mind. This half of this team dies to just a blow of wind.
Yeah, it's frail.
But the other half can take a few breaths of wind. Yeah, that's all I got.
I think it's bulky enough, to be honest. Lando and
Yeah, it's got enough bulk. Like, Lando and
Melmetal can
Blastoise is
take
a good
hits.
core.
So can Blastoise.
Drapion's right there. It can take some hits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely can be worn down though. You have two wish passers though. Too bad one of them's a Alolan Raichu.
And
The other
other's
one's
a tree.
a tree. The other one's a tree. The
Hey,
tree is
man, the
not
tree
too
about
bad.
to
It's
pass
like
them big wishes.
Yeah, it's like
What's its
95
stat?
HP. It's not that bad.
Yeah, this team is just wall breaker after wall breaker after wall breaker. It's just, it doesn't look fun to play, but it looks fun to break easily. Like, if you get a strong, like, I don't know, if there's like a good wall breaker that you got on your team, you could easily break this team, but otherwise it's actually really solid.
Yeah. The best thing I have to say for this team is, can we not just not let this happen? Like, can we just not?
Nah, but I like letting it happen.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to get all these things on one team.
Yeah.
Way too
Coco
many
and
breakers
best
that you
ground type is definitely fair,
Yeah.
as
That's
well
very
as
true.
being the best, as well as being one of the best ground checks.
Yeah, you got probably one of the best offensive fires besides like Victini.
Anyone have anything else to say before we move on?
I like this team.
How did Andy get both Coco, Melmetal, and Landorus?
Because he's a madman.
Melmetal is fine
Melmetal's
getting to
bad.
round 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why Lando
Melmetal's
got to round
overrated.
3
Yeah, neither do I. I think Lando
I can agree with that.
too.
Just a little bit though. Lando should have been taken round 2. I don't know why it lasted so long.
I agree.
Anyways, Nico.
All right.
Moving on to Nico.
This
Explain
team has a
yourself.
whole bunch of small mons and Pincurchin. Got this Indeedee. They don't fill up the whole square.
Very sad. That
Two.
means
These
the
are
team
These
is
are the
bad.
weird things that I notice when I look at a team.
Yeah.
Nico, go. It's your team.
Nico has muted himself.
Has he? Oof.
I'll go last.
You'll go last?
All right.
Okay, he's
Okay.
he's
He'll
doing
go
something else. Honestly, I see 2 good wish passers and not a lot to pass to. You got Cobalion and Rhydon,
Cobalion
and I
should be
guess
fun.
defensive Chomp. Also,
Um,
Pincurchin's kind of just there. Pincurchin doesn't really help
Bro,
anything.
Pincurchin just vibing over there.
He's living his best life.
Yeah, you got
Wait,
double
this-
terrain
this
with
isn't-
no
this
one
isn't
burning
double
user.
terrain, no one burn
No one.
user.
Like, yeah, that's weird.
The only reason Indeedee's here is like what stop priority for Beedrill, I guess.
Expanding force
Wait,
is
why is this
nothing
so
to
high?
joke about.
I think the other thing, like, this team is
I
quite weak to hazards. Like, Stealth Rocks hurt a good majority of these things, plus spikes as well. And your removal consists of Talonflame, which I don't think is a remover, and Togekiss is your only good remover, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no offense, but I have no idea how this team got this high.
I'm looking at the numbers and they're like, okay, the speed is really good apparently, but
Okay, the
it's
speed tiers
fine.
are incredible. This is the best. I think the speed tiers are great on this team.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, these are pretty
gave
good
it a
speed
20.
tiers. But like then, looking at the other stuff, we got like, 10s and synergies, 15s in offense, which I guess so. And then defense is
Like, Zarude is just bad.
I can't say anything about Zaru right now because I don't know what it does.
Yeah, it's hard to judge what Zarude really does. Like,
Yeah, I haven't
I don't
seen
know.
anything.
This
of
team
it.
is really, it's just interesting. At least we got another toxic, we got some toxic spike users, so Mega Beedrill doesn't have to do that. That's
Yeah.
never a good idea.
that's true.
I'm done. Because
All right, let's let the man explain.
Explain yourself.
anyways. So I would like to say is I'm never running a Lecture Terrain. I might run Lecture Terrain, but I'm probably never gonna run Lecture Terrain on Persian thing. I'm definitely gonna be running Lightning Rod
Lightning
and
Rod?
stuff like that.
Interesting.
You should run Lightning Rod Rhydon.
I'm running
Yeah.
Lightning Rod. That's for my electric. I have like 1, 2, 3. Like electric. If you bring electric against my team, it's just a trap against you. I've drafted 3 ETs.
Yeah,
Other things.
you resist. I mean, immunities. It's not that big a deal.
Also, yeah, have you seen my latest replay? I bought defensive. I'm bringing defensive talent thing the whole season. This one is flipping amazing. It's literally a Moltres.
How dare you compare Talonflame to Moltres? Moltres is a
Watch my latest replay. This thing literally saved me from everything. Yeah. What else did you guys say bad about my team? I wasn't listening.
What did I say bad? Indeedee, also doesn't have a
kinda there.
user.
I think
it's
he just took
obviously there
it so the guy who got
priority.
Mega Sam couldn't have it.
It's obviously there for
That and
priority.
I love expanding force. 1, 2. Literally anything with like fake out, bullet punch, slow speed, so Indeedee was definitely gonna come. 2, yeah, 3.
I don't
Expanding
know.
fucking damage. Expanding force. You guys need to watch my latest replay. Like,
Well,
expanding force literally just.
I know expanding was like a crap ton, but like you could have gotten a shitty Unburdenmon instead of Smeargle or something. Or if you're really scared of priority, you could have dropped the root and got Sir.
My sleeping schedule got fucked up, so when the draft was happening, I had to wake up mid-time and just.
Oh wait, yeah, you did wake up like halfway through the draft. I forgot about that.
People waking up very late.
I mean, time zones are a thing that exist.
Yeah, Nico's a Brit. Sorry about that.
I just want to see Nico start paraflinching people with this choke kiss.
I don't.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to see that.
Would have come first round, but I didn't prep for Mega God. Also, I had to take it off because Vaporeon was literally my only answer to it. But he came to save the day. It's max HP and stuff.
Yeah,
We
that's
good to
about
move
it.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Spooks.
Wonder wait, I want to see if anyone actually.
Who is this?
Anyone,
Is it?
anyone actually?
Next?
Are we moving on?
I assume so.
Okay, so we're moving on to Spooks.
Spooks.
Spooks, the man who's never low on any power rankings.
What? What is going? Is this an ambulance?
Well,
Oh, yeah, that's
someone
my right.
died. That's
Yeah.
There's
unfortunate.
an ambulance outside.
So Spooks did a similar thing to me, as in get very good dark type, very good steel type, to beat those fairies. Your Urshifu Scizor is just a great offensive core.
The
And
offense on this team is incredible.
he just drafted things that can help with that, which is really nice.
Especially
Just
with
drafted a
Gale.
couple things that he likes. I know he loves Roserade. He loves the Mess Spread. He loves. I know he likes Arcanine. He likes Sand Slash.
Likes Mesprit because it's in tier 4.
He loves Mess Spread.
The Alolan Ninetales is a little weird because you have a couple setup
That's a little bit
options, but
interesting.
they're
We have a trade set up. I'm probably gonna start. We're probably gonna trade a little in for Togekiss week 3 or week 2.
We moved on.
Got. He's got good pivots. We got Volt Switch on Rotom, Teleport on Arcanine, U-turn on Mesprit, U-turn on Type Null, U-turn on Swellow, U-turn on Scizor, turn on Urshifu.
pretty much every mon
you
except like Roserade and Ninetales can switch out, and Volcanion.
Yeah, this team does
very
not
nice.
lack pivot.
I
This
I
team,
also like
like-
the you go Burger.
No, you can go.
No, I
No,
refuse.
no, you go.
Okay, fine.
No, you go. There you go.
I like how this team isn't that bad against hazards and still has pretty good removal. Rotom Wash obviously is really good, but Sand Slash as a low tier spinner is really good as well if you want to keep spikes up with the Roserade. And then obviously Mega Scizor being like a top tier defogger is great as well.
Do we still have Mega Scizor at tier 2?
He's got a lot of
no.
like
Mega
support
Scizor is
from
tier 1.
Mega Scizor. Like he's got a Volcanion and an Arcanine, which pretty much just they and a Rotom that all just check the fire weakness. And then like
it's very
as we said,
good.
Urshifu really just struggles with them fairy types that want to do with. We got Roserade, we got Mega Scizor, and we got 2 fire types.
Yes, very nice.
Very good offensive synergy. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
really lacks.
I meant to talk about this draft. Yeah, you cover. I literally don't have it. Your team's good. You literally cover Sizzle, Flash Fire, and stuff like that. Give me a little Ninetales. That's all I want. Yeah, I like Swallow. Your team's just good and stuff. Waffle.
What a
Team's
surprise! Spooks has a good team.
good.
The one thing I don't like about this team is the Volcanion. I don't like Volcanion.
Opinion helps.
I don't like Volcanion either, but I think
I think it's fine here.
I think it's fine on this team. Like I don't like Volcanion as a Pokemon, but
I could see it being switched out for another strong Pokemon because you obviously have Wash and Arcanine right there. But yeah, you want to move on?
What Volcanion is like, if you try to use Fire Move on Sizzle, Volcano comes in and just settles up and just kills things. Well, Specs destroy something.
That
Yeah.
is true.
Let's move on to Jungle Gap. Okay, so this draft.
ew.
Moving on.
Let's go on to
Uh,
let's move on to Jungle.
I don't own And I don't understand how this draft got 18s, 19s, 16s as a synergy when literally Knockoff on his team will literally destroy almost everything. Like, what on this draft likes to take a knockoff except for the Mega?
The
Hey, I like
So-
this synergy.
Celesteela.
little boy
Nico's
that I forget
Fable.
the name of, the Pikachu clone.
Or
Stuff
Pico.
does not like knock.
Pico is
Right.
so
Is-
real.
Let me explain something about knockoff first. Fable can sponge knockoff. Celesteela can sponge knockoff. Necrozma has Prism Armor. Blaziken can take knockoffs. Like, because it's a little bit weak to knockoff doesn't mean it has bad synergy. Like, Seismitoad, Celesteela, insane core. Like, that's one of the best bulk cores you can find.
But all of these ones want leftovers and
Yeah, none of these mons are like, okay, my item is just kind of there. Everything really likes an item.
They like lefties.
Like, I know, Clef is just like, oh, it resisted, but it really doesn't like losing lefties. Because it just loses out on a lot of rolls.
like Steel and stuff like that. Lefties with this team, like, it's so much things about lefties. They just get too hero code. There's just so much stuff on this team. They just get too hero code about lefties.
I like this team a lot. It has a lot of good setup. It has a lot of good pivot. Has a lot of good walls. Only thing I don't like about this team is Lockjaw right here.
Lockjaw makes it possible for
I don't
the
think
other.
it's that bad, honestly.
The Mega Glalie, like, honestly, it's not terrible. It can set up spikes. It can explode. What else do you need?
It has spikes and the
Galil's a
best
very-
pivot move. Yeah.
People don't suspect Mega Daily is being a killer, but it breaks a lot of walls. I'm telling you that. Yeah.
What were you saying, Sky? Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah, I think guy who didn't get a tetanus shot actually is a great addition to this team. First of all, typing, setup, stuff like that, and it gives him more points to get Steela, Clefairy, stuff like that. I mean, Mega Ampharos could have also been a good one here instead of this more Pico thing. But
More people.
yeah.
One thing I'd say is it's a better dark type because that thing is so frail. So frail. It's actually so frail. Other than that, I don't see personally why your team is best. There's definitely some other teams that
I don't think this team is necessarily the best. I think, like,
Math just goes this way.
yeah, I don't like the offense. I personally don't like the offense that much on this team. Like, I think it really just comes down to Dragapult and Mega Glalie.
I just saw Spooks gave an
I think,
Asian defense. I don't know why.
maybe like a surprise
The
Carmine,
defense is better than the offense.
surprise Carmine, Necrozma, or like not like what's good again? Weakest policy.
The
I don't
only
know.
like, a
What were you saying?
glaring weakness with this is like Clef pretty much holds this entire team together.
Yeah.
Clef
just
is that Pokemon
because.
to do it though.
Yeah, but
It's a
like,
Clef, of course you can.
coming into matchups,
It is required to
it's
pass wishes.
gonna have to obviously pass a wishes, and then you have 3 move slots to get as much utility out as you need. And with Clef, usually you can do it pretty well with like knock,
I have
Moonblast,
two moves.
T-Wave, but it just it's gonna be overwhelmed in a lot of matchup, and like early game, if it catches a defog after switching out, after switching Celesteela out, that game's gonna be really hard to win.
With
I
Clef,
gotta
you
head out.
Clef, you have a
Yeah,
limit.
bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Sky. Thank you for coming by. What,
With
Nico?
Clef, you have a limited move set with Clef. You have to run Wish, Protect, and most likely Move Loss and Heal Well. Or is it just you have to run Magic Guard? Which, yeah, Clef kind of holds this team together, and it doesn't hold itself together very well, to be honest. And Knockoff, it just doesn't appreciate that either. Yeah, get a better Dark type. That's what I recommend.
Get a
I
better
don't
dark
think it's
type.
for those reasons.
Um,
I'd given it a little bit too high on the synergy. I think I just really like the defensive core, but yeah, knockoff is definitely a problem. This team,
I like this team a lot, personally.
I think it's still a really good team.
Like,
It is a good thing, but I don't know why it's rated so high.
like the
Top 5, but not
like these first 4 mons, like Draga, Necrozma, Clef, and Selly, like each week they come, they can bring different sets.
Okay,
Can
well
be
that's
fantastic.
well P2 Necrozma was the original problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's probably it. Also, you know, with Nico keeps saying get a better dark type, I also noticed that's your only ghost resist, and obviously you have Dragapult, but you know, if someone has
And
like,
there's also an Ambipom.
Like Ambibomb's also frail.
oh sorry, yeah, Amphipoem, yeah, but like you know, a Chandelure behind a sub, you know, gets like a kill or two, which kind of sucks for this team.
Yeah.
And Ambibomb's not really the best ghost Pokemon now. Ambibomb's not.
PG, you got anything to say on Jungle Cat's team, our number 1?
I don't know. I just got here.
I agree. I'm gonna agree with that one.
It's a really
Yeah.
it's a good take.
Yeah. Hi. Didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good.
You showed up a little late.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Just a little
Yeah,
late. You're not too late.
I just got home a little bit ago.
You're good, dude. Besides PG, who's still opening the dock, does anyone have any last like thoughts about this team?
A nasty plot on Burrger and Hurricane. I want to push that.
Which one?
Nasty Bat is fun.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Last thing I'm gonna say, I would never draft this team. I don't like it, but I don't think it's bad or anything. This is just not something I would use.
I would draft.
Yeah, this is not a type of team I would draft either. But
Difficult thing to build. That's the problem. Like it looks good, but it's hard to build with.
Yeah.
Which one is this for?
Jungle. It's the last. It's
No, like
number 1.
which
That's the
league?
3 Masters power rankings.
Oh, okay.
God damn it.
Sorry. Okay, I'm late.
You're good. I'm just giving you
You are
shit.
late.
I like for stalling out a bit for him to get his thoughts together. I definitely think Impalm is not gonna do much on this team because what it does.
got it for the ghost immunity.
Yeah, but even then, not much though.
Kind of for the speed tier, but not really.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually really nice with this. Like they'll go from you go 142, 130, 115, 100, which is really good.
But unlike
What is this team? Holy shit! What the fuck?
What is this a good? What the fuck
I
or
like
bad?
I like it. That's Steela, Necrozma, and Polt. That's pretty gross.
Yeah, I like it. A lot.
I also like the spike support on this team. I just noticed that you have 2 pretty good spikers,
Glalie.
which is very nice.
That's
Yeah,
Glalie was actually the
Glalie
first-
and Roselia.
It was the first thing that made me think of knockoff, to be honest, because Noiseraid is actually a threat. It's very defensive.
Roselia is a very good one.
It is. I'm very considering it for my own team.
God damn it. But PG, you got any like thoughts other than what the fuck for this team?
Ambipom, low key, really good. I
but
like
for
it.
this team?
For this team, probably not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a good one, it just sucks
Yeah.
on this team.
He just there for the exist, but it's not a good ghost resist.
I didn't even see Clef. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, this team's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also one thing with you, Piplup, I'm in a lot of leagues you're in, and you're clever, but you don't actually use it the best way. Like you do like a Carmine Wish, and sometimes that works. Sometimes it just please balance it out a bit with like Cosmic Power, maybe like a Wish Heal Bell set. Please don't embarrass this Clef. That's all.
I'm
Yeah,
sad there's no
that's
Piplup
sad.
line or, yeah, no Piplup line on this team. That's sad.
Very sad.
Drop Ambipom for Piplup. Do it.
Yeah, do it.
True, that is the play.
No balls.
You won't.
I think with that being said, of all things being said, I think we're good to end this. Thank you guys for coming out and watching this hour and 40-minute long power ranking mess.
2 hours? Oh shit.
Jesus.
We've been here for
Very
a hot
calm.
minute. But
People just get up.
but
Sorry that I talked for too long.
you're good, fam. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far in the video, most people probably didn't, but whatever. We got one more power ranking to do after this that we're not recording right now because I don't think anyone's voted on it.
Wait. We should shout out to Duties.
Shout out to Dudis, shout out to Dragon, shout out to
Shout out
JDMR.
to JDMR. It's his birthday when we're recording it. It's gonna be like a day late when we post it probably, but whatever. Happy birthday. Good job being born, etc.
Shout out to you, man.
But with all that being said, we're gonna go before this reaches an hour and 45 minutes.
Give us
Just
your credit
remember-
card information.
Remember to like, subscribe, and leave your credit card information in the
We
comments.
weren't kidding.